The Nile River, the most majestic river in the world. Running upstream through 10 African countries, one can only imagine the amount of history, culture, and communities that gather along these banks. But perhaps what usually comes to mind when we think of the Nile is Egypt. It's hard to separate the two. Not only is it where the river ends, it is an integral part of Egypt's history. From biblical scriptures all the way into modern popular culture, the Nile and Egypt are one. I'm journeying this great body of water through food, culture, and people. But every good story has a solid beginning. So I'm starting at the source of the Nile, which happens to be in my home country of Uganda. Accompanying me to the source of the Nile in Jinja is His Excellency Ashraf Swellam, Ambassador of Egypt to Uganda. Having both grown up in countries that depend on the Nile, I wanted to hear his perspective on what the Nile represents to him.
So this is one of these magic moments for somebody from Egypt, a country whose life depended for thousands of years on water coming from this particular spot, from the source of the Nile here in Jinja, Uganda. Makes me reflect on many things. Makes me reflect on the billions of lives that this great Nile has supported over the years. Makes me reflect on the many communities and many civilizations that it helped lay the ground and the foundations for on its banks. It also makes me think of the long journey this water takes through Lake Victoria to the Mediterranean shore, 6,650 kilometers away.
There's a lot of activity along the Nile, and we were particularly curious about the local community, their way of life, and how the culture they've cultivated influences their food and local tourism.
Most people around Jinja survive in tourism, on River Nile as the water, fishing, and then also farming as when they get the water and the rain that comes because of the river and Lake Victoria.
So this is what's on the other end of the Nile. Welcome to Egypt.
Because all the African country, it's all one country, that. Because we calling it's like you are my cousin. You know why? Because it's like all my family. Yeah, people from Sudan, Nigeria, Chad, Uganda. We drink the same water, by the way. Yeah.
We start our exploration of Egypt on a 3-day cruise journeying the Nile, from Aswan to Luxor. What makes this experience jaw-dropping is a contrasting terrain of desert, lush green vegetation, and historical monuments, all whilst cruising on the Nile. My first mission on this ship was to meet head chef Mohammed Ali and his team. I'm heading straight into the kitchen. How long have you been working on the cruise ship?
In the cruise ship, 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, I love the kitchen.
Yeah.
I do all my best to introduce a nice food for the foreign,
Yes.
for the guests. Every meal, we change the menu. I change the menu. When I write the menu, I look for the color, look for the favorite.
Yeah.
Look for the favorite for the vegetables, the meat, the chicken. Yeah, like this. All the day we will do different food.
What is the one dish that your guests say is their favorite?
Kofta.
Kofta?
Yeah.
Highly recommend we try the kofta every time we're on a cruise ship and you're cooking.
Normally we say if you drink from the Nile water once, sure come back again and drink it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming back again, for sure.
We have that.
As the sun sets on the Nile, the cruise comes alive with entertainment.
في 3 طوابق. ال3 طوابق دول اول طابق ده الحاجات اللي فيه ممسوحه، الطابق الثاني كلها ممسوحه متدمره. العطمس الثالث بيقولوا هو السبب اللي هو طبعا مسح اسم الملك.
Most temples in ancient Egypt were built for the official worship of the gods and in commemoration of the pharaohs. A variety of rituals were performed within them. Walking into what's left of them, you're met with grandiosity symbolic to the purpose for which they were built. It's so surreal that structures built thousands of years ago still stand so tall, and that we're privileged enough to wander through their magnificence.
So it consists of 7 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 columns refers to the first 7 days in the life of Goddess Horus, because she is looked after Goddess Horus when he come to the light. She is afraid of him. As you see, the face. Okay? She is worried. After that, she started to be good, nice, smile, smile, smile. The last one, you can see the best smile of Goddess Hathor. That's because the god Horus complete the 7 days so he can complete his life normally.
Aswan is a beautiful magnetic city, right from the people to the surroundings. We managed to visit a Nubian village situated on the west bank of the Nile. Here we discovered their vibrant culture, people, food, and just marveled at the colorful architecture.
So we've just arrived at the Nubian village and
We're about to have a little interview with one of the ladies here.
Her name Lucy.
Loza, nice to meet you. I'm Lucy. Yeah.
Loza had a bubbly personality. She shared with us the ingredients of the fatir dish, black honey made from sugarcane, and a savory dip made from cheese. The fatir tasted like a combination of a chapati and a pancake, with a hint of sweetness.
يعني بنعجنه الأول ونخليه عشان يخمر يعني.
So we're going to explore more of the Nubian village. I know the colors are bright and bold. It's very exciting to look at and see the different designs in here. But for now, let's finish the fatir and get straight to exploring.
The Aswan souk is an old, large and colorful place where vendors gather to sell Egyptian and African goods. A one-stop shop for clothing, food and home decor. A place that's very reminiscent of the bustling streets and life in Cairo, which is where we're headed to next.